Hey, what's up? This is Jason Drone. Welcome to today's presentation. First of all, I'm pretty excited about today. Today we're going to talk about, it's episode number 38. We're going to talk about the tools in tech to create video courses that you can sell online. Now, I have a collection of shit sitting in front of me, so we're going to go through all of that. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jason Drone, creator of Done For You. And basically, we help people create and sell stuff online. At the end of the day, it's what we do. And that is usually through clarifying sales messages, building automated sales funnels, and then also, analyzing tech and creating courses and all that other stuff. So today is, so we were kind of going through, this is Digital Product Creation Week, or Create Week, if you will. Monday, we talked about creating ebooks. Yesterday was Tuesday. It's all these days have just kind of compressed it together. It's been kind of a crazy, but so yesterday, we talked about creating video courses, and I ended up going long, and we didn't get to the point, the part where we talked about tools and technology, the things that you use to create the digital courses, to create the material. Because at the end of the day, literally all you need is a computer. I mean, you can use a laptop, doesn't matter. What you have, as long as you can get your stuff into the computer, you can get your knowledge, your audio, your video, and then you have a way to, basically capture it and record it and encode it and put it into a membership site. And we're going to be talking about membership sites later on in the week. But so first I want to talk about physical stuff, and then we're going to talk about software and all the software to use. So let's start with mics. So I got this little boom mic, which I like quite a bit. So this thing plugs into a iPhone, and basically little windscreen, and it ends up becoming a microphone. It's a directional mic that you can end up putting on the front end of something like this. So this is a nice little portable unit. So basically you put the mic on, and then you're able to attach your phone to it here, and then you're able to steady your camera, as you're walking around with both hands, as opposed to, I don't even know where my phone is, as opposed to holding it, in front of you. So yeah, I'm not sure where my phone is. So this works out pretty nice for that. Now, I'll end up throwing the Amazon links somewhere, but we have a Rode microphone with a little fuzzy thing that works as a wind deflector. And then we have the this unit, and it ends up working as a stabilizer. So a lot of times those are the things we do when we walk around. Another very cool little tool is this setup. So basically it is a one-handed, it's just like a little boom. Now, I don't know all the technical terms for these, but it just a one-handed mount, and then you put your phone, you attach your phone to it, or you can also attach a little GoPro. And this is like a no-name GoPro. I ended up buying 4 of them so that I could, do some multi-camera angle stuff in Final Cut Pro. But so we have this, and then this ends up, extends so you can throw your phone in there. So also nice for walking around when you're capturing audio and video from a in-person full motion video. Your iPhone, I get a lot of questions. Your iPhone will work better than most camcorders. So this camcorder, HD camcorder, and I haven't really made a whole lot of use of this yet, because I actually bought it to do live streams at my standing desk, and I haven't had time to install it, actually hook it up. So basically this camera is going to feed through this little card. And if you see, there's an HDMI, it's actually right there. So there's an HDMI mount on one side, and then there's a USB mount on the other side. And what it does is it takes the input from this HDMI cable, feeds it into this, which then feeds into the computer. So you're able to, you can do it, you can live stream it. I mean, you can end up, hooking up through StreamYard and stream directly, from the camera to Facebook or to YouTube. Or you can set up a hardware box called the Sling Studio, and I'm going to show you one of those in a minute. But you can have 3 or 4 mounts, so 3 or 4 cameras, including your iPhone, and then it feeds through a controller, which you can manipulate, and then that streams out to the World Wide Web. So also very cool tools in terms of capturing video. But like I said, so the new iPhones, they capture in 4K video. That unit captures at 1080. I mean, it was a relatively cheap camera, it's nothing too crazy, but it serves its purpose, which is capturing video. At the end of the day, your video shouldn't necessarily, it doesn't have to be high res, because when you're streaming from YouTube or Facebook or even Wistia, and some of they re-encode your video anyway, and it degrades some of the quality. So you don't need super high res stuff, especially when you're streaming on free platforms. So if if you own bandwidth like Netflix does, then it makes sense. You have a super high res, version. I use these little mounts quite often. So this little mount is interesting. So I think I got it from Amazon a long time ago, but basically you can pull this off. So you can pull off the camera, and then this fits in a backpack or whatever really nicely. So you can actually just, toss it in your backpack or your bag and attach a camera onto the front side of it or onto the top of it. So the GoPro, it just uses a normal camera mount, and then you can screw a GoPro onto it. And then now you have like a ready-made little tripod that you can set up on your desk, just like that. So that works out pretty nicely. So that I use these quite a bit for capturing video, but my favorite really is just, sitting at a standing desk or standing at a standing desk and then capturing video. My all-time, probably the thing that I use the most often though, is this mount. It's a gimbal mount. So basically, this works as a stabilizer. And then, so it orients the camera, actually right there. So it orients the camera, and then it steadies it for you. So you can, there's lots of, basically you can hold that in front of you like a selfie stick, and then, there you go. So you can hold it out in front of you like a selfie stick, and it is moving with you as it's going. Let's see. There it goes. Yeah, it's not going to do it because I don't have my phone on there. But here we go. There it is. It was hiding behind stuff. So if you put this on, so we have the phone, and you can, it kicks up, and now, so it follows wherever we go, which is pretty cool, right? So what happens is you can turn your phone on. So I'm just going to kick on the camera, and we're going to turn video. So you can see this. Yeah, you can see that. Okay, cool. So what we can do, so you can, I'm not sure how this is going to work, but so you can see how it's staying nice and steady. Now, if we switch the mode, so we're going to switch the mode. Now I can turn, and it stays always in the same place. See that? See it's staying always in the same place? If we switch the mode again, it turns with the camera, or it turns with your movement. So these things are super cool. I think I got this one at Best Buy for $100. There are other lots more expensive things. I also added a little attachment, which ends up being a little tripod. So you can actually set this thing down, and then you can record whatever you want from there. So then what you do is you just hit play, and then you can talk to your camera, record it, it encodes it, it adds it to the photo library, and then you can export it to wherever you want to go. So you can send it up to Facebook if you want. You can send it to YouTube. You can put it in iCloud. It really, once the material, once it's in there, then you're off and running in terms of what you can do with it. Your material, your content has been captured. Now, all of this to say, these are just some fun tools. Oh, and the other thing is this mic. I use these mics all the time. So this is an Audio Technica AT2020. So it's my favorite mic. I love this mic. I use it for all of my videos, all the sales videos. It's being used right now, actually. So I'm just going to turn this off. And all right, so that is our video stuff. I don't have crazy camera equipment. I will probably end up upgrading my camera equipment eventually because we've been doing a lot more video, obviously. These videos are super simple to do. Just a webcam is really all you need. So let's see. Now, all right. Now we're going to switch to some software. Is that cool? So we're going to go look at some software that you can use to edit and create videos. So we're going to go into, so where do you want to go first? Let's continue talking about capturing video and capturing information. And then we're going to go and I think we're going to edit some video. Is that cool? We want to edit some video together? All right, perfect. And hello from France. That's awesome. All right. Let's switch the camera here. Then we're going to go and share a different screen. So, right. All right. Now I'm sharing my whole screen, and we're going to go through and look at some software. So you're looking at a piece of software called Camtasia. Camtasia is a screen recording and video editing software. There's a free trial for it. It is preferred. I think it's probably one of the only ones that you can use on Windows. So basically what it does is it lets you, on a Windows machine, you can record your screen, and then you can record your audio, and then you can edit that. And it'll actually record the webcam too. So it'll record the different feeds. And then it will let you, move them around, splice them, cut them. You can even do some background noise editing stuff, So it ends up being a pretty nice piece of software to, when you don't really know too much about video editing, Camtasia works really well. ScreenFlow is its competitor, its rival, but ScreenFlow only works on Mac. So with ScreenFlow, it does the exact same thing. The interface is a little bit simpler, as with most things Mac. And I like ScreenFlow pretty well. So it's what I do all of our screen capture stuff in. So it's built by a company called Telestream. So also it's really economical, $129 for a free trial. And super, super nice, super easy to use. And you can drag your clips in, you can do screen share, screen record, you can record the webcam, you can record your audio. So it works really well from like a linear video editing standpoint. You record one video, you're going to edit some imperfections out. You might swap between, cameras and mics and stuff, but you're not necessarily going to, do crazy multi-camera, multi-clip, throw in, background audio, all of that stuff. When I do really simple video edits, even for full motion video, I usually use ScreenFlow because it's literally simple to use. If I do simple full motion videos and I'm going to do, some background music and stuff, then I'll usually use iMovie. And when I do some of the more complex stuff, then I use Final Cut Pro. So let me just open something up in ScreenFlow so we can take a look at that. Cool. All right. Where do I want to go? Let's look at a sales video. You want to see a sales video, like what have I done in ScreenFlow? So we're going to look at some VSLs. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, there's one. Okay. So this is a web development video sales letter that I did. There's no camera on it. So there's no like face video. There's no full motion video, but I want to show you kind of how I built it, you know? So basically what I did was I had a PowerPoint presentation. Here, I'm going to just exit out of this a little bit. So this is the inside of ScreenFlow. So I had a PowerPoint presentation. I wrote a script, and I created some PowerPoint slides out of that script. So the script is, you know, it's typical video sales letter stuff, and then I overlaid some video on top of it. But to get that underlying VSL, you know, pretty well dialed in, I recorded it using ScreenFlow, and you can see like right here, there's actually a little applet. You hit the record button after you configure it, but you hit the record button, and then your webcam is recording, your screen is recording, and your audio is recording. So all of that stuff is recording, and what ends up happening is you have this. So basically you have these channels. Now you have your audio channel right here. So this is all audio, and then you have your screen channel. And then if I was to do webcam, then I would have my webcam channel. So what I can do is I can just drag and drop the channels on top of each other, and then go through and create video, you know. And I do this for courses, I do it for sales videos, anything that is video, this is what we end up doing. So here we have, so I'm just gonna play this real quick, and then I'm just gonna kind of edit it up and chop it up, you know. Here you go. Address or a phone number. Now your website needs to attract prospects and leads. Okay, so let's say I didn't like that. I didn't like that particular piece of it. All I have to do, I'm just going to go through and just make it. So there's our audio track right there. I'm going to select both of them, and then I use the hotkeys. And in this, T is cut. But so in the it looks like in the edit is split clips. So there's all your content here, but what we do is we split it, and then let's say right here, we're going to split this guy. So we're going to split it, and the hotkey is a T. So we're going to split this, and then, so we're going to do this, and then we're going to just delete that out, and then we're going to move this clip, and we're going to join these clips up. So that's how you would end up editing video. If you had a clip that you wanted to go above it, you just drag it above. Actually, you would drag this one below, which accomplishes the same thing. You can drag them all up. So that's how you would edit sales videos, you know, using ScreenFlow. Camtasia is very similar. Camtasia, you're going to have your different channels, and then you're going to edit those based on where it needs to go. Does that make sense so far? So you record the video, and then you edit it, and then what you do is you hit export, and you're going to export it. We're going to export it to the desktop. It's going to be normal letterbox content, and that's it. So we just hit export, and then, you know, all of a sudden it is exporting as an MP4 format to our desktop, and then we can use it for our courses. Does that make sense so far? All right, awesome. Now, next level up in terms of video editing, we're going to go play with iMovie. So if you don't have an Apple, then shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. From a video editing standpoint, I had a client call me yesterday, and they asked, and I think Movie and Photo Editor on Windows is a kind of a editing tool. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what some of their more advanced video editing softwares are. I know that there are some. I know Adobe has one. I tend to kind of stay in the Apple wheelhouse with iMovie and Final Cut Pro, just because it works really well. At least for me, it's kind of how I learned. That's all. All right, so we're gonna go look at iMovie now, and we're gonna look at some stuff there. So we got some projects. All right, just gonna save that guy, and then let's see. This is just a testimonial video. Oops. Looks like the video is missing. Okay, cool. So this particular video, from here, so this is our video track, and we can actually pull different videos and different stuff down. We can add this stuff to our library or to our video. Lots of different stuff here, but basically what we're going to do is if you right click, all of your options are here. So we can detach the audio, and then it detaches the audio and makes our video clip kind of float above the audio clip. Then we can go through and we can pull this audio clip down to like the master audio. Oops. We're going to make this guy the master. So this is now the master audio clip, and it is unlinked from the video clip. And then what we can do is with this, we go back to edit, and then we split. Let's see. Again, I use the hotkeys here. The hotkey for splitting a clip is Command B. So it splits, and then we can go through and we can split it here. And if we want to split the audio too, here. And then we can delete out entire chunks, so, and then we can start moving stuff around. And, so basically, again, it's layered, layers on layers. You have your channels, you have your audio channel and your video channel. So that's how you would end up moving stuff around in iMovie and creating. And then from an export standpoint, you would export as a file, you save it on your desktop, and then bam, you are now exporting your video file to your desktop. And you can upload to Wistia, you can upload to Vimeo, which we talked about yesterday. That's where you would actually have your videos hosted. Let's see, I think the next place we're going to go is Final Cut Pro. So Final Cut Pro is the next level of video editing software. So when you want to do stuff that isn't necessarily in iMovie, you're going to go to Final Cut Pro next. That ends up, so Final Cut Pro, I think is $299, which is a steal for video editing software, especially as good. This is like Final Cut Pro, you can do really professional editing in. I have mastered 1% of Final Cut Pro, all the things that it is able to do, and I can get around okay, so let's see, I got to go find a library to open up. This is where I do so I'm going to pull up my DIY builds videos. So the DIY builds videos, I have a channel on YouTube for DIY for just doing, stuff around the house. And so this is, I pulled a tree, with pulled the tree with our tractor, so I did a little video on how to do this. But you can see, again, this is, it's professional grade stuff. I mean, so you have your collections, your projects and events over here, and then you have your media, and then you have your video window, and then over here you have your library properties and any kind of properties for the project. So here we have our our title clips, and you can drag those around, and then we have these guys, and you can move them, you can move these clips up, and you can kind of stack stuff on top of each other, I guess. And then over, so I'm just gonna not do any of that stuff. So there is all kind, but it's the same thing. I have a track here. So this track right here is our video track, and there's an audio component to that video track. And then I have our a little bit of background music. So we have, and what we're doing here is we're pulling a tree out of the front landscaping, the front gardens, and then you can hear the background track, the background audio kind of start to kick in the background. And then this is my voiceover. So if I was to put all this down, then you hear just the tractor. Then there's a little bit of background. Then there's there's my voiceover there. Gardens, I guess, if you will. Not that it really plants a whole lot, but isn't that pretty cool stuff? This is our so this is Final Cut Pro for video editing. Now, you don't need to get into Final Cut Pro. You probably don't even need to get into iMovie to actually create video courses. But this is where you will end up going if you turn it into something that you're going to be, that you're going to do a lot of. You end up going to, more expensive cameras, better editing equipment, editing stuff, you know what I mean? So it ends up working out pretty well that way. Now, in terms of, so we talked about editing, we talked about capturing, we talked about ScreenFlow, we talked about Camtasia software. Is there anything else I'm missing? Oh, StreamYard. We can talk about StreamYard a little bit. So StreamYard is the software that we use to, StreamYard.com. So this is the software that we use for the live streaming. Really nice stuff. And currently we are live. You can see that I'm actually using the software right now. There's another one that I have used, Restream.io, which is also very nice software. But I like StreamYard better. And then there is a hardware solution called Sling Studio, which is really badass. So this Sling Studio it's a hardware device, and basically you plug, it has little packs that you plug into the cameras, and then through the HDMI port, and then those packs can send the video to this hub, and then this hub actually is the thing responsible for the switching of the camera feeds. And you can see here he's actually on an iPad switching the camera feeds. This device is awesome. And I think one of the reasons I'm geeking out on it is because I actually had a call with a new friend yesterday, and so he walked me through his setup, and like literally he's got a multi-camera setup with a Sling Studio, and like I'm like, I just need to go build one of those, So don't be surprised if we radically upgrade our live streaming solution in the next little bit because of him. So you're actually going to meet him next week. We're going to talk about software. So this ends up being a great, another solution to give you some like studio capabilities without actually having to spend an arm and a leg on studio stuff. And it integrates with any, with mobile phones and all that stuff natively too. So this works out well. And from what I understand, this thing sends traffic through Restream, so you can do multicasting, multiple broadcasting in the same place. So that is, I think from a video audio standpoint, that's it. I mean, the other probably potential thing that we can talk about is QuickTime. So QuickTime gives you a really, really simple, quick way of doing a movie recording, which is your camera. So you can hit QuickTime in movie recording and start a camera record. You can do an audio recording. You can do screen recording. Another piece of audio recording software that I've used is Audacity. Audacity Project is the name of it, I think. Audacity recording. But yeah, free open source cross-platform audio software. But anymore, I mean, with your voice notes app on a phone, or there's so many MP3, voice recording apps that those work just as great. You can export them as an MP3 file, and you're perfectly fine. And then I would say the only other probably tool that I use a lot for video, and it's on my phone, is this app. So I'm looking for it now. So teleprompter. Yep. So it's an app that just basically, it's a teleprompter app. So let me there we go. So it's a teleprompter app, and what I can do is I can put a sales video, or like put a script on. I don't know if you can see that. So here, I'm just going to put my hand over. Let's see. Let me flip. Oh, okay. So let me flip it. So there you go. So it is showing through the camera. And then what it does is it counts down for you. And then it starts scrolling. So you can actually see and read. So notice where you're looking right there. and you're reading right below it, so you don't actually even see like your eyes move, which works really well. And it actually works even better with this thing. So you can hook it up so that this is sitting up in front of you, and then you are recording your videos or your sales videos right in front of you. So it ends up working out pretty nice to record sales materials. Content ends up being more of like a stream of consciousness kind of thing. Like you don't necessarily record courses, from a script, although you could. It's probably more of a pain in the ass than anything to record them from a script, but so that would work too. So I think that's all I got. I mean, we talked about video, we talked about audio, we talked about editing, we talked about live streaming, we talked about even a teleprompter. So if you guys have any questions at all, go to doneforyou.com/start, sign up for a strategy session with me, and we can put together an action plan for you. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about membership sites. So we talked about ebooks Monday, video yesterday and today. We're going to talk about membership sites tomorrow and locking all of it in. And I think I'm going to show you like the inside of a membership site and some couple ways to kind of set it up and how to manage permissions and stuff. And then Friday, I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we'll figure it out. So I will talk to you soon. Book a call, doneforyou.com/start if you want to go through an action plan call. And I'll talk to you soon. All right. Thanks. Bye.